I tried to stream a couple of times yesterday and it just didn't work. My daughter's teething and not feeling well. I was up all night with her, so slept on the couch trying to keep her in a propped up position because she's just not feeling good. Her nose is stuffy, and so yeah, wasn't able to stream last night. But there's a lot of things I want to talk about. I made a video this morning about the Kamala Harris McDonald's photo. That was the thing I really wanted to talk about yesterday. Um, but right now, Donald Trump is at a sold out Madison Square Garden rally, which is crazy, man. I wouldn't think that Donald Trump would be able to sell out a venue in New York. That's crazy. And he's got RFK there. I don't think Trump has spoken at the rally at Madison Square Garden yet, but it's kind of amusing because if you were on Twitter when Trump announced this Madison Square Garden thing, there was a bunch of the lefties that started posting that they were going to go steal all the tickets and it was going to be an empty Madison Square Garden. Dude, the footage right now from Madison Square Garden is crazy. There's 20,000 people. It's packed out. And there's people waiting in line around the block. All these people thinking, they're like, "Oh, we're from California. We're Democrats from California. We're not planning to go. We're just going to to buy all of the tickets or to reserve all the tickets so no one will be there." Well, they didn't understand that it was first come, first serve anyway. So it didn't really matter. The ticket thing was more of just a, head count sort of situation. So it was, the whole situation was kind of amusing. So, anyway, I, I love the fact that is a thing, and the whole Madison Square Garden being sold out that's pretty freaking cool. Oh, hey, user, they stole that pic from someone's obituary. I know, dude. They stole that McDonald's picture from an obituary. Like, how disrespectful is that? And they just superimposed Kamala. It wasn't even a good Photoshop job, man. Wasn't even a good fake photo. So it's amusing to me. Ferris King, hi man. Hey, what's up, buddy? Um, Ali Demir, hey bro. Hello, where are you from? Midwest. Rotia Oliveira, good night. Yep, good night. Digital white face. That's funny. Manaj Sitar, hi. Hello. Um, yeah. Well, right now, like, what's crazy to me is it seems as though it's it's a dead heat. It's Trump Harris who's actually winning. Um, I don't know if I don't actually know what to believe because when you look at the polls, there's some favor Harris, some favor Trump. If you look at the lefties, they're talking about winning Texas and Florida. If you look at the people on the right, they're talking about sweeping the swing states. So who really is winning? Do we actually know? I can't say that we know for sure. It looks as though, especially knowing the bias, um, that was in 2020 and 2016, it looks as though Trump should win this in a landslide. But I don't know. Sick Utahs, who cares? Talk about the real world. Pure Calf, my favorite trans on YouTube. That's me, favorite trans on Jesus. Hussein says, hi, how are you? Hello, how are you? I want one piece of advice from you. I have a feeling this is about to go sideways. No, I don't. Nitesh says Jai Shri Ram. I don't know what that means, but sure. Yeah, the Trump Madison Square Garden rally is actually, they've been saying this is a Nazi rally because the American Nazi Party back in the 30s had a rally at Madison Square Garden, so they're comparing it. It's crazy. Yawning at cookie dough or dildo. Cookie dough. Um, but when they're sitting here comparing Trump to Hitler as their final card, they kind of left it alone and didn't bust out the Hitler card too frequently throughout this. I mean, they definitely busted it out, but not not to the extent that they have in years past. And I think it, it's emblematic of where they're at right now as a party. There's nothing else in the they've got nothing else, and so because they've got nothing else, then all they're pulling out the Hitler card. So I'm telling you, uh, go check out this Madison Square Garden rally after a while if you want to see whenever Trump starts talking. But the footage is crazy, man. Nitesh Yadav said Jai Shri Ram is the good of Hinduism, bro. Oh, cool. Ferris King says there's 1 week left to vote. Yep, 1 week, man, 1 week, and I don't think we'll know on election night unless if Trump sweeps the swing states, then we'll know. But I don't think we'll know the night of. AJ said, hi, Yawning X, and me personally, I don't care for either, so I'm not going to vote. I don't particularly care for either one, but what I see with the illegal immigration, the spending that's coming out of Social Security, Medicaid, and all of these other, subsidized spots, I mean, it's so expensive that it's going to permanently alter the landscape of the country if we continue to let this happen for another 4 years. I mean, it may have already. It may be too late. But I think at least under Trump, you get the opportunity to stop that. So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Like I've said before, I was a Bernie bro back in the day, right? Like I was not somebody that I didn't vote for Trump the first time around. I reluctantly voted for Trump the second time. I was not enthused about him, but I think that there's enough of a positive difference between him and Harris that I think it's really hard for me to just like not vote in that case. User, a week later, war begins. Man, I don't know about war, but I can tell you it's going to be craziness like we've never seen before. I'll tell you that. Korog, Democrats vote Trump. I think some will, yeah. I think some are very fed up with Biden and Harris. Harris is just hard. She's hard to listen to, man. Like for all of the cognitive decline stuff they want to run about Trump, it doesn't work when your candidate is Kamala Harris. Jay Trinidad, he just brought someone on stage that compared the entire island of Puerto Rico to a floating pile of garbage. Congrats, there are enough Puerto Ricans to flip the entire state of Pennsylvania blue. I'm not watching it. I don't know. I can't really comment on it because I don't know the context of that. Surprise Pikachu said, are you from Seattle? Yes. I left Seattle. Seattle has become a very difficult place to live, very expensive, a lot of crime, and just a lot of communists, actually. I'm not sure if she's still the mayor or not, but the last mayor that I saw that was running, she was wearing a dress with the face of Chairman Mao on it, and I was like, oh my God, Seattle's crazy, man. Little girl from Japan says, go to Iraq. Why would I go to Iraq? I have no desire to go to Iraq. Yeah, just don't. Former CEO, handheld release from Epstein list that's already been released. And heal. I don't know what that means. Korog, if Harris isn't doing anything as vice president, would people think she's fit for the job as the president? Well, the thing about being a vice president is that, like, you get dedicated roles. You don't really choose exactly what you do. Like, you're kind of like the backup quarterback, you know? So I don't know that she's, like, you can't... It's hard. She's in a position where it's harder to criticize her than Biden. Obviously, she still has power and she still has a say, but it's harder to criticize her than Biden for the things that have gone wrong. However, she was particularly, like specifically, put in charge of the border by Joe Biden, and the media dubbed her border czar. That wasn't a Republican thing, by the way. It was the mainstream media that called her the border czar. And so that particular problem, I think there's a lot of validity to blaming specifically on Kamala Harris. And then, of course, the fact that she's the tie-breaking vote in the Senate for the Inflation Reduction Act and, a couple other big pieces of policy, that right there is enough to be like, okay, well, you know, she's responsible for inflation because of that. But again, when you're talking about the office of the vice president, the responsibility is it's easier for her to dodge responsibility, is what I'm trying to say. Milk Tea Alliance, bro, did your wife have Chad's DNA on her thong? I don't know. Maybe I'll check. I'll get back to you on that one. Korag, she's a Marxist. I believe she is. Yeah, she said pretty much that in 2019. She was running a platform that was to the left of Bernie Sanders. So, yeah. Ferris King in Syria. Yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that the other day. Milk Tea Alliance. How was the taste though? That's confidential. User said he isn't Destiny. No, I'm not Destiny. My wife is actually at the gym. My baby is asleep, and I don't think there was anybody else's DNA on her thong. But like I said, I'll get back to you. I'm an infidel. Said liberals are nasty. Yeah, man. Premod said, bro, you cholo? I'm not cool enough to be a cholo. I do have some really long socks that go up to my knees, though. They're for deadlifting, but I mean, I could use them for cholo purposes. Anita Jobby, hola papacito. What's up? Edward says Seattle is a shithole due to the Dems. I mean, that's pretty accurate, actually. And I hate that because I love Seattle. I love Seattle. Haza S. Hello, I'm watching from London, England. London. Oh, okay. So I have a question about London. So I've heard that London is now majority non-native British. Is that true? Premod says, will you marry my friend? I am already married. Sorry. Titanium says, hey, bro, where are you from? I am from the Midwest. Milk Tea Alliance says, how old is the little girl from Japan? I don't understand the reference. I'm sorry. Abdulaziz, you look like someone, but I don't. Toto Payne Diaz, woke Seattle, self-deserving. I mean, yeah, Seattle did it to themselves, just like Portland did, and that's it's really sad. I being somebody that grew up hiking Mount Rainier, going to the market on Puget Sound, it's really, really hard to see what happened happen. Abraham Lincoln, what am I currently witnessing? I just talking, man. Just hanging out, talking. This is what I do with my lives now. I don't like the like overproduced nature of most live streams now, where they're like, everybody's got the great big headphones and they're, they've got the intros and the Streamlabs and all. I whatever. I like just talking to the chat. Nemedian said Trump 2024 for world peace. Yeah, there you go. He did end wars, and he started no new wars, and that's one of the big reasons that I liked Trump, actually. Easkeets said Harris is horrendous. Correct. Simon B said, why did the transgender only eat salads? Because he was her before. He was her before. That's funny. I like that. Nemedian said she had a role to control the border. She was fucking useless. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She had her thing. It's kind of like the first lady thing. Like, there's not really a role, but like Michelle Obama took on like the whatever it was called, where they made the food in schools horrendous. They have their projects, and that's kind of what VPs do, other than tie-breaking votes in the Senate. So. She tries to use that as like a, where it's convenient. Oh yeah, I'm part of the administration. Where it's not convenient, well, I'm just the vice president, so it's harder to pin her down on anything. Unless you're Willie Brown, then it's easy to pin her down. Haza S, in your opinion, who wins the election? I think that Donald Trump wins. The polling of the popular vote, like the national vote, is so, there's multiple polls where Trump is ahead, and in aggregate, I think he's up by 0.1. Which means to me, I mean, that never happens for Republicans. If he gets the national vote, he will win. He's leading in all the swing states. I don't think it's very controversial to say it looks like he's winning, but then on the other hand, when you go to like X and you look at what people are saying, you would think that Trump was trailing by 10 points. They're talking about winning Texas and Florida. So that it's crazy. Busup said, pizza or hamburger? Just curious. I like to make pizzas, so I'm going to go with pizza. I actually have a ball of pizza dough in the fridge right now. I'm going to make some this evening. Edward says, Kamala has gotten to where she is from selling herself and sexual actions to powerful men. Correct. Yep. Dusty Hill said she will never do anything good for Americans. No. Milk Tea Alliance says vegan equals vagina. Nemedian says Trump's already won. That's a bad attitude to take, my friend. You gotta there's sketchy things, and I did a live the other day. We were talking about Arizona's not going to have their votes in for 2 weeks. Michigan's not going to have their votes in until the next day. There are too many strange X factors. They found a whole bunch of fraudulent voter registration apps in Pennsylvania. I mean, it's just it's hard to make a prediction on this. User said pizza burger. Yeah, there was a place when I went to college. There was a place in town. I don't remember what it's called, but they made these things called pizzacos. It was a pizza taco. Those were really good. Simon B. Stupid politics. Money above politics every time. Well, I mean, money is influenced by politics. Like the money that you're making is going to be influenced by the politics of your country. So Edward said Trump is wiping the floor with the hoe. Well, again, if you were around in 2020, that may not matter. Zoro Z said something in what looks like Arabic. Peak of Otter. The trick is to choose between the lesser of the two evils. Yeah, I think Trump would be a net positive. But yeah, I'm tired of picking people that are, so freaking old too. Can we get someone who's like a little more energetic and younger? I do like the energy that JD Vance brings. I think I probably don't agree with him on everything, but I like his energy. I'd like some, younger, more involved people, but the reality is people just don't get into politics very young. I guess now they do because they can get views on the internet, but, Toto Pain Diaz, better honor Montes. Oh, Peak of Otter, what are your pronouns? My pronouns are Apache attack helicopter. I'm Harbor, says Spider-Man. No, not Spider-Man, sadly. Milk Tea Alliance, your wife is at the gym, bro. You are allowing that. Incredible Chad tasting. Oh my god, dude. Truly smart. It said, hi from Finland. Are you sleepless, you mean? I'm tired, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I was up all night. My daughter, when she was really little, I was always the one that put her to sleep. So at nighttime, she only wants me. And she's teething, wouldn't sleep. Nose was running. I had her all night long. I had to sleep on the couch with her. Hazza said, that's correct. They like to advertise it as a cultural melting pot. Yep. Ra said, are you gay? I am not gay. Scotty P said, I don't support transgenders. I don't support Trump. I don't support illegals. I'm a Democrat. We exist. Sure. I believe it. Trump is a hard person to support because of the controversials. See, the thing about Trump, I think I finally figured out like why he's such a just a person that it's hard to support in some cases. It's because he likes to lie about like little things that just don't really matter. I don't know that he's really like told any like really pernicious lies, but it's always he's very egocentric and he does tell lots of little lies about just stuff. So I think my stream just glitched. Yeah, but he's unpalatable for a lot of people. Let's see. Oh, I lost it. Haza said, oh, we already read this. Let's see here. Milk Tea Alliance, what is the age gap? How many years younger than you is your wife? If she is less than 10 years younger than you, she is technically not your wife. She is less than 10 years younger than me. User said 500 years. David Bunch of Numbers. People rely on streams too much for money. It's true. And, they're begging for the super chats and membership and stuff. Look, I work. I don't... I don't actually have any aspirations to be a full-time YouTuber. I love my job. I actually just started. I just signed a contract to start teaching at a university for one course a semester because I'm interested in that. So like I get to teach doctoral and master's students. So I love it. I just talk about this stuff as kind of a. I mean, this is me talking about politics. You know, I'm interested in politics, and so I'm sure I'm wrong about a lot of things, but you know, get to talk about it. You know. Scotty P said Biden tried to control the border, but Trump killed the bill. No, okay, so this is something I want you to read up on this because I would have killed the bill too. That bill was killed because it funded $60 billion to Ukraine. I think something like 0.7 billion in other foreign aid, and then there was a couple hundred million, not even. There was a few million for the border, I believe. But that bill essentially granted amnesty to 3 or 4 million illegals, and it removed immigration judges from actually participating in the process of getting people in legally. What it did is it gave power to the DHS agents to just make a determination on whether or not someone was going to be allowed in legally. And so instead of going through court through the proper channels, it was just going to expedite the process of letting people in. So I don't know if you know that or not. I'm not trying to lecture you, but that bill was a terrible bill, and I would never have voted for it, particularly because I'm a non-interventionist, and I don't believe that we should be sending tens of billions of dollars to Ukraine. So that's my take on that. Sean Twed said, "You earn nothing." I think it's not much. I think I've cashed out. I've had this channel since 2021 or 22, and I've cashed out $140. So I mean, like total, it's not much. Wendell White, I like Trump, not just for president just not for president anymore. Oh, fair enough. Cash A said, I'm going to send you $1 million. Oh, thank you. Plum Bison, who are you going to vote for then, Wendell? Wendell White, you soy boy. Jesus. Darian Gurley said, the shirt is giving State Farm. This is from Dusty's Oyster Shack in Panama City Beach, Florida. C&G, can I borrow $5 and your microwave? Someone broke into my house and stole my stove again. My cunt bro had an argument with the barber. Dude, I haven't cut my hair in like 2 months. I usually keep it really, really short. Cash A, oh, dang. Dang, Cash is angry. How's that say? Excuse my lack of knowledge, but what happens if the vote is a draw? I knew this at one point. I think it goes to... I'm not going to speak on it because I don't remember. It won't be a draw, though. With the electoral votes, it would be dang near impossible to get a draw the way things are lining up right now. But I don't... There is a process in place for that, but I don't remember what happens if it's a draw. Somebody in the chat, I'm sure, knows. Ferris King said, I invite you to visit Damascus. There are many Europeans here. I think it'd be interesting to visit the Middle East, just not right now. There's way too much happening right now. I guess Israel just shot a bunch of missiles into Tehran. So, yeah, no. Fight to death using, oh my God, user. C&G, some people are balding in life and can't understand it, but just need to cut it off and stop going to barbers because y'all paying them $100 for a cut, making them feel like they're nail techs. Yeah, I just go to Sport Clips and get a cut every now and then. My hairline hasn't changed since 8th grade, so I don't think I'm in danger of that yet. I have found some white hairs, though, which is scary. I just turned 30. Simon B, I love how you take every one comment of us and just keep on going. Left in the Netherlands, you have another sub or cute. Well, thanks. Yeah, I just like talking to people, man. Marita Hartman, hello from Germany. Hi, cool. Jordan Weidenmayer, whoever moves first is gay. Milk Tea Alliance, wow, at nighttime she only wants you. Let's make that last a lifetime. Well, she's my daughter, and I love her, so I don't mind. Nathan Reed, how's that S? You think Trump done well on Joe Rogan? I think he did. It's telling that the only real thing that they were commenting on, like really trying to get after him on. I shouldn't say the only thing, but one of the main things is that he was talking about President Lincoln being depressed and because his son died while he was in the White House. and he said Tad while it was actually Willie that died. So he got the name wrong, but the fact was correct. So, I mean, that kind of tells me he did pretty good. But I enjoyed the conversation. I didn't see, it wasn't too amazing or anything, but you know, um, it wasn't great. I'm sorry, my daughter just woke up. So I'm going to have to get off of here, guys. Yeah, I will